Segment of the show for today. We're talking to Mr. ECapehart, and he is the founder of a mentoring organization called All the King's Men. And Mr. ECapehart, let's see if we can pick up where we left off during the last segment. We sort of thought I was running out of time, and I had more time than I thought. But nevertheless, let's pick up by talking about this program, All the King's Men, and the way that you wish to present it to the audience this morning.
Sure. In the last segment, we were talking about some of the exposure that we have been able to receive since we started the organization. We have an internal campaign. It's called Think Global. It's a concept that spans throughout our entire staff. And what Thinking Global does, we try to put in the mindset of all of our staff, our board members, our volunteers. We try to put into their minds that we are a global organization. We're not just a local organization, because the vision is a global vision. And with that, we've been able to get tremendous exposure. One story that I really like to tell is a couple months ago, we received a phone call from a lady in Toronto, Canada, and she had heard about some of the exposure that we were getting from a local news station here. She saw the story, and she was very interested in what we were doing here, simply because she was running the same type of organization in her home state, home country, Toronto, Canada. So she gave us a call and said she would like to come down and meet with me. So she flew down here for one day, and we met, had a really good meeting, lasted a couple hours, and she went back home the next day. So knowing that we were able to reach someone in another country, it's very important for us to be constantly mindful that we are a global organization and that we are to think global. Some of the other exposure that we've been able to get, we've received phone calls from Chicago, which actually in a few weeks I'm actually headed to Chicago because we're in the initial phases of starting another chapter in Chicago. So that's another great thing. Just recently, maybe a week ago, we were featured in the Jackson Sun newspaper.